page-turners. You're listening to Pages Across the Prairies with Adriana
and Christine,
your virtual book club where two besties dive into stories and spill all our thoughts.
Think of it like your coziest book club, but without the dress code. So grab your book, pour your favorite drink, and let's talk chapters. Hi, today we are discussing The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer, and this is our spoiler-free version, so you can just listen to this and decide if you want to follow along with the book. During our next episode, we dive into the book a bit more, we do spoilers. Today will be spoiler-free, or to the best of our ability, and it'll hopefully just give you a view of whether or not you want to read this book.
Alright, so a little summary is when a recluse children's book writer invites 4 of his top fans to compete at winning his long-awaited new book. Lucy jumps at the chance to change her life and the life of a little boy that she wishes to adopt. This novel gives you a peek into a children's view of how books can be magical. It shows you second chances are possible and that some wishes do come true, if you're brave enough. What would you wish for?
Well, that was going to be my question. Yeah, I think that was a really good summary. Yeah, I don't know if I would add anything else. There's 4 main characters.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing to add to the story.
No, that's perfect. I'm glad I covered the bases.
Yeah, you did. I think I found that it's a book within a book is what the author had said, because they're discussing this children's novel that had such a huge impact on them growing up. And I was curious if the children's novel reminded you of any that you'd read when you were a kid.
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like it did, but I can't remember what the name of it. I got nostalgic feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember what book it was. And, now that you asked this question, I remember thinking throughout the book, it's like this series that I used to read. But again, I can't remember the name. Do you have one?
Yeah, so I had a lot of predictions about this novel. And I was pretty spot on. I was immediately this children's novel that the book is based off of, or that they loved, where it was a series of children that go and do adventures. Often a boy and a girl, I think, was the layout.
Yeah.
Immediately, I thought Magic Treehouse.
Oh my goodness, you're right. That's what it was.
Read it?
I did. I did read it.
Yeah.
Those were good ones.
And I think Magic Treehouse is similar for a lot of children in this day and age, where it's a book that brings them into reading.
Yes.
Or that they really, really love. I did enjoy Magic Treehouse. It wasn't quite that for me, but I do know a lot of people who have said that.
Yeah, I never thought of it as a book set that got me into reading, but it got me into wanting to know about history, and those books also got me obsessed with, Camelot.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
They got me obsessed with Venice, and then I read Marco Polo's book.
Okay.
The Journeyer, and then after that, I was just so obsessed with Venice.
Interesting. Yeah, those books have made me want to go to San Francisco. Haven't made it there yet, but yeah.
You're gonna have to research the author sometime and see how well traveled she is.
Yeah, I'd be curious.
She wrote these places really, really well.
Oh my goodness, they were such good books. I'm glad you thought of that connection.
Yeah, no, immediately. And another one, did you read Percy Jackson's?
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
But if you did, it was also based on that. And I watched the movies, but
okay,
I didn't get the tie-in as well, just because I hadn't read it.
Yeah, I just looked those up, and I've never heard of these books before.
And to me, it wasn't as much of a tie-in. She didn't mention it, but the Hunger Games, on the book they go to an island, and the children's... it's going to be hard to differentiate between these two books. So the children's novels, in which the main characters read and was pivotal in their life, it is based off of an island.
Mm-hmm.
Or this little town on an island. And Hunger Games, there was one of the movies, it was it's been a bit since I read it, but it was clock themed, and one of the characters was like, tick-tock, this is a clock, and everything
really
happened. Yeah, at the certain hours of the clock, so in my brain that's just where I went.
Interesting, I didn't know that. Cool.
Did this book, the main book,
yes,
the children's book, did the main book remind you of anything? I feel like this is getting real confusing fast. Sorry.
So the main book and not the children's book, it kind of gave me Cerulean Sea vibes, but only because it gives hope for finding a family that are people you choose.
I love that. So Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, that's another author that we like. He tends to write, would you say, cozy style books, like very heartwarming.
They're very heartfelt, for sure, with a lot of like realistic, hard truths that a lot of people have to go through, but it leaves you still feeling like so warm.
Yeah, he's one of our favorites for that reason.
Oh, yes.
Another thing was one of the main male characters in this book was Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't often hear about Hugos, but that brought me back to Under the Whispering Door by TJ.
Yep, same. As soon as I heard Hugo, I'm like, but there's only one!
There can only be. Why am I hearing about Hugo twice?
He's in this book too.
Right? Kind of. Only he's a lot grouchier this time.
Yes.
So this author, I had listened to her interviews, and she did mention, she didn't say she got inspiration from him in this interview, but she did mention that this is kind of a new genre coming out. The genre of this book is fantasy, magical realism, mystery, and it's more of a cozy genre, as she said, and she said it's kind of a new genre that's coming out, and another author, the only other author that she mentioned that's in this genre is TJ. So
that's fascinating.
Implies she's read his work or she's familiar with it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know this was a new genre.
I didn't either. So I think that we're right on trend here, because that's
Look
kind of
at
where
us.
we've been going. Isn't it funny how people just end following trends?
Yeah,
Or,
without
like,
even meaning to.
Everybody's just doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens. But I love that someone is doing something new to create this trend.
Yes, and she had came up with this idea during COVID. That's when she started writing it. So I'm curious if maybe that's part of where, as a culture or as people, we started to trend towards enjoying that. I don't know. I would have to research, but
Yeah, that's interesting. We're all searching for something cozy and warm.
yeah, I think right now, and especially in fall.
Yeah. Yes, I think this was a perfect autumn-y book to read.
Yes, I agree, even though it was unintentional.
Yeah.
Another thing for me, I don't know if you got these vibes right away, but I did. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I never got those vibes, but it's funny that you mention him because I've been talking for some reason a lot about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Well, that's probably subliminal.
Interesting, because I've brought it up quite a few times in the past week.
That's funny, and ironically, I also just watched the new movie.
No way!
Yeah.
My goodness. The subconscious is just like,
Yeah. So if you're wondering, the Willy Wonka concept is the author of the children's series.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of is, when he, it's like the people going to this competition got the golden ticket, kind of,
yeah. Oh, it's exactly.
Adulthood. It's the adult version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes. And, there's still the whimsy kind of things going on with, save for next time. And I think you're spot on.
Yeah, and the author did. She verified that. She also mentioned R.L. Stine, the writer of Goosebumps, similar vibes to that she was going for. And she has a new book, so if you were interested or you like that kind of idea of a spin, she has another book that is a spin of the Chronicles of Narnia for adults.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that one called?
You caught me. I do not know. I can mention it in the comments because I'm so good at doing that. Yeah, she only has 3 books though, so if you look up Meg Schaefer, it is her second one, and it has something like Lost in the title. But I will write that down. But yeah.
Cool, I'm excited.
Interesting.
That's a good tidbit.
So she said it's family-friendly whimsical fiction. Family-friendly, and I like that.
Yes, and I read a comment somewhere saying, is this a children's book or an adult book? But it's like, it really, it, like you said, I think family-friendly is the perfect way to describe it.
Yeah, and it is an adult book. I looked that up too.
Yes.
People were saying, YA enjoys it as well. It's an adult book, but it's family-friendly, and I love that. Can all my stuff be family-friendly, please?
That would be so nice.
The book should have ratings, though, like PG or...
That would be great. That we would be able to weed out soon.
So, new adult genre is what they were kind of trying to create for adults who like young adult. It's not as much, but it's with the intention of, I guess, a lot of adults like myself. I used to really be into young adult genres, but they wanted to see older characters in it. They wanted to see more adult themes, so that the new adult section came out, but it was kind of defeated because people don't really understand the difference. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. People don't really understand the difference, so then they put it in the YA, and teenagers are getting it anyway.
Oh no. I remember you mentioned that you wanted books that had people your age, and I mean, me too. And it's been really refreshing that some of these books we've been reading have people our age.
It's so cool. Obviously, I probably wouldn't be looking for a book about a 30-year-old as a teen or a young adult, but
No.
I didn't know they existed, so I'm happy with it.
I love
Not
that we
this
found some.
This book is not, the main character is not, she's 26,
Yeah.
and I think it shows.
Yeah. The few other characters are older. It ranges from young to 60-something.
Yeah, from 7 to 60.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So, I'm curious, do we want to talk first about how we access the book? Or reading?
Yeah, let's see how did you read it?
How I read it, I did audio. Personally, I wouldn't recommend the audio.
Yeah, same. I really wish I had this book in hard copy because I also listened to audio. With audio, I flew through it, but
Yes.
I was really thinking this would have been a nice book to just cozy up with and read.
Yeah, that's true. The voice actor, she has done, I think it said somewhere's over 300.
Wow.
She's voice acted for over 300 projects. So she's qualified. For
yeah.
me, she did a British accent that it made me really dislike a character. Canadian accent wasn't spot on.
My goodness, that one
No.
got under my skin. I almost had to shut off the book.
Did it?
It was so painful.
I feel like there's different variations of Canadian accents.
Yeah,
And
there
I
is.
think she was doing one that's more, would you say Nova Scotia?
More East Coast, which makes sense because the girl was from the East Coast of Canada.
Sorry, the voice actor did a fantastic job and I'm just complaining.
I feel like the accent she was doing was more Newfoundland.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't getting 100% Newfie vibes.
No, it was not quite
Wasn't considered.
how... Yeah, exactly. Good way to put it.
That's what people said about her British accent as well. So I do commend an author that's going to go and do accents, but for me it just wasn't. It kept pulling me out of the story, and I saw other people had rated it similar.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But well-known voice actor, obviously well-respected. She's done 300, so just for me, I wouldn't recommend. I'd recommend her copy.
Yeah, I agree.
What would you rate the book?
Well, that's what's next. Yes, I would rate this book a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, I was expecting you to go higher.
But, okay, I was thinking, okay, I could go higher, but then I'm like, but that's not fair because I really had a love-hate relationship with our past book, where I'm just like, well, now I can't just give it a high number like the last one. This whole system in my head I'm going to forget about probably by the next book. But...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I really liked this book, and I don't know if I should talk about that now or in the next segment of my why, probably next time because spoilers are likely in there. But it was a heartfelt book, which I really appreciated, but there were some points where I did find it a little too predictable, so...
Yes, it was very predictable.
Yeah. But I also, that being said, needed a predictable book right now.
Well then, it did what it needed to.
Exactly. What would you rate it?
I'm just gonna hop real quick back to the audio. I just wanted to mention that the narrator was Rachel Jacobs, and it was. She's recorded over 300 titles. I just misspoke and wanted to make sure I correct myself. So
That is so many.
It is. That's wild. For me, this book, I went up and down. There were points where I was like, definite 4. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Towards the end, it did make me tear up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a hard time if a book can make you feel real emotions rating it low.
Yep.
But also, I'm a mom, and I'm a softie about anything that has to do with a kid. That's easy tears.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
For me, it's getting a 6.5, and that is based off of Christopher, which is the kid alone, the main female character, and the main male character. No, not for me.
No. Yeah, okay. We agree on that.
Oh, good! What was the, without saying too much, what disconnected you from the main characters?
I don't know how to say it without spoiling anything.
Okay, I'll say what I feel, and you can say
Okay.
if you agree or not.
Okay.
Because I want to know how people feel about her. To me, I've just read too many female characters like this, and I've started to get annoyed. She was super likable,
Mm-hmm.
generally. She didn't say anything inflammatory or crazy or wild, but she just seemed to have kind of damsel in distress symptom to me. And I understand at the end of the book, she kind of saved herself. I'm not going to spoil it. Just for me, it just felt kind of whiny. I'm not going to fix things myself, but I'm going to say I am.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. She was always looking for someone else to quick fix her problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
No, and especially if you're looking at trying to become a parent, I didn't feel like she was strong enough in that aspect. And it came off weird too at the start because the author's kind of trying to hide things from you, I felt, in the main character's motives.
Yes.
Behind this goal that she wants to achieve. So I'm like, why are you so obsessed with this, with achieving this mission? It came off weird to me.
Yeah, that adds up. And her lack of communication was really hard to like.
The only thing this book was missing was a miscommunication trope. I could have, like, it would have worked. This character would have done that. She was very naive, and I think it's probably, for me, it's just she was a young adult in a lot of ways, and I just didn't want to read that right now.
Yeah, it's like what you said earlier. You could tell her age, and we're past.
Yeah, well, and she had that standard description of, oh, I'm not pretty, but somehow everybody finds her so pretty, and I'm not good at anything, but somehow she's the best at everything. Be confident. I don't know. I'm not confident. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I wasn't in the mood for it.
Totally fair. I want to know what other people think too. Are you on Page? Yeah.
I meet somebody like who loves her because this book is well liked. Like we found it through a great recommendation. Somebody spoke very highly of it, so we got it on our TBR immediately. So.
Yep. Yeah, jumped ahead of books that we've been meaning to read for ages that also still fantastic.
Yeah, somebody gave a fantastic review of it.
Here we are.
Exactly. Would you read another book by this author?
Yeah. Give it another try. I'm not going to write it off now. There's always a place and time that I need a book that's a little more heartfelt and easy and predictable to read. So it's not going to be on the top of my list, but it's there for when I need it.
I wouldn't go to my way to find one by her, but I would read one. She has a cool Which One coming out in 2026. Yeah, 2026. This is her first book in this genre and her first book under this pen name. She has published 35 romance novels. Yeah.
I would have never guessed that from what I just read.
I'm glad that I couldn't.
I know, same. I needed a book that was not,
Yeah. And there was lots. Not gonna spoil anything. There were times where I wondered.
Yes.
Did you find any playlists or anything?
Good question. I
didn't even look on Spotify, I'm sorry.
I thought I did find one.
Okay. She did have 2 on her website. Code of Many Colors by Dolly Parton and Fight Song by Rachel Platt. So those are 2 songs that the author herself feels resonate or have specified.
Yes.
Oh, did you find one?
Spotify has a playlist.
Oh, I love that. I always recommend listening to the playlist around when you're reading the book or say maybe sometimes I'll play it when I'm cleaning or whatever just to feel to really get into the book.
Yeah, it really helps immerse you into it.
This author, she did say the best compliment you can give a writer in regards to their book is it was an easy read and entertaining. So that's her goal. So if that's your vibe.
There we go. That's it.
Do we want to get our quotes done quick?
Yeah, let's squeak those in. Do you want to go first or do you want me to?
Maybe if you don't mind.
Nope, not at all. All right, so I have 3 quotes that really stuck with me. The first one that I typed in my phone and I have really readily available is, you can't understand the beginning until you have read the end. That one I actually caught and had to screenshot the page and go back to it and re-listen to it because I really like that quote. And then the second one is, wishing is never enough. You have to try to make your own wishes come true.
I had that one too. I love that one.
It's a good one. I love it. It's so true and realistic. We can wish all we want, but if we want something to happen, you gotta do the hard work.
Yeah, it's so important, especially with the title of the book.
Yes, exactly. I never thought about that connection. And then my last one is, trust me, a lot of grown-ups are scared of their phones when they ring too.
That's funny. I like that you put a funny one in there.
I hate answering my phone. Even just today I had a phone call and it was from a different province and I'm like, panic! Don't answer the phone. So I did not answer the phone.
That's funny. We don't call anymore.
Only if I know the number, I'll pick it up.
Okay. So for me, drawing is a skill, like driving or roller skating. You aren't born knowing how to do it. You have to learn. You have to learn it.
Well, I love that one.
I like it too, and I feel like the author was almost also speaking about writing because I've listened to her interviews. And I think it's just so important because people often say, oh, I'm not good at that, or I can't do that. And I honestly thought when I was younger that was a true thing. But as I've grown and matured, I've learned that no, you can plug away and get better at things.
Yeah, you can almost do anything, almost, if you work hard at it and practice. Well, just because you practice doesn't mean you're always going to get super great at it.
There's some things. Some things are just not your thing.
Yeah.
Anyhow, always be quiet when a heart is breaking.
That's a good one.
Being an adult was nothing but waking up every morning with their fear already in their faces. Sorry, I think I maybe miswrote that. Basically, the sense behind it is just essentially, as an adult, you wake up knowing your fears already, and they're always there, daunting you.
So true, though. That's a good one. I never caught that one. I like that. Good catch.
It's kind of uncomfortable.
I love it, though. You always catch one that throws me off guard, and I appreciate it very much.
They never tell you how good it feels to give up on a dream, that it's a relief.
I remember that in the book. That's fun to think about.
It is. I guess the context is the idea that you kind of let yourself off the hook, and so you feel better, because it's a sad quote. It's not it's not saying that that's good. It's saying that it can feel good sometimes when you just it's sad.
Yeah.
So I'll end it on a happy note. Deadlines are like parties. One should always be fashionably late.
The best one ever. I'm so glad you found that one. Do you find that relates to your life?
If you know me, it's not fashionably late. I do try to be on time because it's consideration, but I'm not good with timelines.
They're hard. There's a lot to try and fit into a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ugh.
Those are great. I always like hearing what you find in the book. It's always something I've missed.
I like finding what you find too, because the imagery ones usually. I was waiting for one of those.
Yeah, that's why I wish I had the hard copy, because then I could go back to something and actually I need to read things sometimes.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've done a lot of
exactly as it is. I find I keep having to go back because I can't write that fast.
Oh, exactly. It's impossible.
Hey, so do we have anything else that is not spoiler related that we wanted to discuss with this book?
My only question is, would you recommend it after this little spoiler free? Do you recommend it to others to read?
I'm going to recommend it because I want you guys to come to part 2. I think it's fun. I think it's a little bit fun. If you want to hear an adult version of Willy Wonka, that's fun. If you're looking for something it'll play on your emotions, but it's still a lighter read, then I would recommend it. Ultimately, I'm not gonna go above and beyond to mention this book to people, though.
That's fair. That's a good answer.
What about you?
Would say if you're looking for something that's just to fill the gap that is an easy read after something hard, I would recommend it.
Yeah, that's good. There are sad moments, but
yes,
in the end, you're gonna be safe. Your heart is safe.
Yeah, it's all gonna be okay.
Oh, and something that the author mentioned, part of why she wrote this book, was because she hadn't read much about foster kids, and she likes discussing the after. She said, with her other book, often, kids that go missing, there's no kids that go missing in this book, sorry, spoiler, no children going missing, but you hear about the detective, you hear about the things surrounding it. So in this book, with the foster child, you hear the child's story. Instead of all the things around it, you hear the after. What happens after a child loses their parents.
That's a really good catch. Yeah.
And this book does discuss a lot of, again, hot button issues. So if you're into that, if that's your thing, or if that resonates with you. I mean, there's a huge list. I can't really go through and explain all the diverse individuals and topics discussed in this book, but I think that it would resonate with a lot of people who maybe don't find literature always does.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to tie it all together.
This author did say she likes to talk about the outsiders. She likes their perspective. She thought of Lucy as that. I don't think of Lucy as that, but I'm just a hater.
Yeah, I don't see her as an outsider at all. I see Christopher as someone who could be an outsider.
Yes.
Sure. But Lucy, he's a sweetie.
Yes. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. We're going to discuss a more in-depth version, spoilers, really delve into this book next week. So come join us next Tuesday at 10. You're welcome to join it whether or not you've read the book.
Yep. Hope to see you there.
Yeah.
Thanks for flipping through Pages Across the Prairies with us. Until next time, keep your tea warm, your bookmark handy, and if you enjoyed today's chat, like, share, and subscribe to join us again.